Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the great state of Maine. Welcome. Well, I'm still roofing if you followed last week's video. So anyways, this is your Wednesday video. Today I want to talk about the Allagash River, the Allagash Wilderness Waterway. I will never cover the whole thing in a short video, but just to give you a little idea what the Allagash Wilderness Waterway is, it's 100 miles of river. Mostly really easy canoeing. It's mostly flat water. There is a couple of rapids here and there, but nothing major. When I did it back in 1997. A lot of people do it every single year. It's not one of them things I needed to do. I ran the river, I ran the Allagash, and then the following year we ran the Penobscot, and then after that we ran the St. John River. The reason for the in-between is there was not enough water in the St. John River when we planned our trip there, so we had to put together another trip. There really wasn't even a canoe trip at all. We did make 80 miles out of it, but we had to bring saws and axes with us because we had to cut portages out. I looked on a map. I drawed out 80 miles of river, a stream, and then we dropped in the canoes, 4 of us, and then we headed down that stream until we popped out down on, what's the name of that lake? Chesuncook. So anyways, we got an 80-mile trip out of that anyway, so 10 days, we had a great time. But anyways, it was an adventure, because it was not a maintained canoe trip by the state of Maine. Waterfalls, we had to scout, all kinds of stuff. Great time. But anyway, let's get back to the, I'll tell you that trip another time. Old Maine, let's talk about Old Maine. Old Maine before the Allagash Wilderness Waterway. The Allagash Wilderness Waterway is 100 miles long. Eagle Lake is somewhere in there. You put in at Chamberlain Lake, you canoe down Chamberlain Lake, and you portage over the dam and get down into the stream that leads you into Eagle Lake. If you watch any of these videos, everybody's talking about the abandoned trains. They're not really abandoned. It's just they needed to run some logs between Eagle Lake and Chamberlain. And it's only about a half a mile. So what they needed to do is get the logs out of one lake into the other lake so that they could continue on down their journey. Well, when they were finished, they left the trains behind. And the reason I say they're not abandoned is because people go in and maintain them to this day. They go in, jack them up, level them up, keep the tracks under them. They just maintain them so that tourists can come in and go visit them. And it's a really nice thing to go visit. The idea that they move those in there across the ice in the wintertime is mind-boggling. These are big trains, but fun to go look at. So anyways, the reason I'm talking about before the Allagash Wilderness Waterway is because to me it would have been very controversial back then when they did it. But anyways, when I was canoeing the Allagash, I could see walkways and I could see steps down to the water's edge. And I couldn't figure out why, why are these, and they were concrete steps, so you see fireplaces out in the yard. You'd see where there was lawns. The trees hadn't taken them over. And so as we canoed down, we got into what's called Long Lake. And there's no really good, the St. John has lots of springs on it for ice cold spring water. So good cold water is hard to come by on the Allagash Wilderness Waterway. The only way I would drink it is by boiling it. I would never drink it straight out of the water, not because anything polluted up there, but there's dead animals in it. When we was canoeing it, we canoed over the top of a couple of deer that didn't make it in the wintertime, and they were down on bottom. So I don't want to be drinking that stuff. But anyways, we canoed into Long Lake, and we got to our campsite, and the name of the campsite was Jake's Campsite. And the state has a map, Allagash Wilderness Waterway, and if you look on there, you'll see all the different campsites. And we stayed at Jake's Campsite. Well, here's the fun part of what this story is all about. Jake's Campsite used to be a set of camps where tourists would come in, rent the camps, they'd hire guides and all of that. While we were sitting on that shoreline, setting up our campsite, a canoe comes in with a 8-horse motor strapped on the back of it. I think Long Lake is the only lake that they allow outboard motors on the St. John River. I'm 99, unless they've changed it since then, because Jake, he cruised in. Yeah, that's why I said Jake. Here comes this canoe, pulls up on shore, and this old guy, roughly about 80 years old, and he says, "You guys want to fish?" And sure, he hands us a 5-pound lake trout for supper. Hey, we're grinning ear to ear. And then he stays for a while, and we get talking to him, and he lets us know that his name is Jake. He said he was mad. He was mad at the state of Maine, because that's where he was born. He was born at that campsite. He was born and raised there. And I don't know how old he was when the state came in and kicked everybody out and said this is going to be the Allagash Wilderness Waterway, but he was mad because of that. It's a mile-wide corridor down through, and they came in and they kicked out everybody. They kicked out everybody that had a camp, probably bought them out for pennies on the dollar, if that. And then tore down the buildings. He said we had 5 buildings here. This was a set of sporting camps. He said we had 5 buildings here. I was born and raised here. Remember I told you a minute ago about ice cold water? Yeah. Jake says, you want some ice cold water? I said, yeah. He said, there's a spring back there somewhere. We went through the woods looking for the spring, and he couldn't find it. But he said, we used to have a spring here, but he couldn't find it. But he said, get in your canoe. He said, I'll take you up to the other spring that we put in. And you really wouldn't know it was there. So he grabs onto my canoe, and he's got a motor, and we shoot up the lake. He said, but you got to promise me you put the rock back on top of it. All right, no problem. He grabs my canoe, grabs onto the gunnel, and we head up the lake, and then he lets go of me and sends me right into shore. And he said, flip that rock over. He said, flip that rock over and stick your hand in there. There was a well tile about 2 feet offshore, about 18 inches around, and 4 feet deep. He said, stick your hand down in there. You stuck your hand down in there, you couldn't keep it in there. That water was so cold. He said, that's a spring that runs right into the lake. He said, you keep the rock on it to keep the lake water out of it and everything else. So I flipped that rock off, and I drank water like I was a camel, because we'd been canoeing at that point about 4 or 5 days. We spent 2 or 3 days down on the Eagle Lake, and so cold water. I filled up all what I had for jugs. We basically just had canteens. But anyways, I filled up whatever I could with water, took that back to camp, and then after that, Jake went back to fishing. What he was doing, he was fishing on the other side of the lake in a deep hole. He'd take his canoe over in the deep hole, throw out an anchor, and then he would throw down a chub. He'd come to shore, fish up a chub, then he'd go back out to that deep hole, and he'd go keep 1 fish a day. So he'd go out to that hole, send a chub down, catch a lake trout, and then find a canoe to give his fish to. And then he'd go back out and fish more. But anyways, that's the story behind the Allagash Lake I got lots more. That was a 10-day fishing trip. As I remember some of the memories from that trip, I'll share them. But that one stuck out because they saved the wrong river anyways. The St. John River is a lot better than the Allagash Wilderness Waterway. The St. John River is beautiful. The St. John River has a lot of current, and the St. John River has a lot of rapids and stuff for the serious canoeist. Fun, 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 fun. But anyways, I got some more great stories on that Allagash Wilderness Waterway. But I wanted to share that one with Jake. That was 1997 I met him. One of the great moments in my life of being an outdoorsman was sitting at the campfire with him that evening and that afternoon. He was camped down the lake a little further on another campsite, and I can go more into that campsite too, because he was a registered Maine guide his whole life. He guided his whole life, and at that point he was well into his 80s. But what a nice find, what a nice man. Everybody thinks a hat like this is kind of different. Well, to them guys, this was the hat to own. This is a felt hat. And back then, everybody owned a felt hat. Everybody, every fisherman, hunter, every guide, everybody. A felt hat was the thing to own, let me tell you. But anyways, that's the story, a little bit about the Allagash Wilderness Waterway. I will see you next week.